Hey guys, so in case you haven't seen this report, this is a waste sampling report ordered by the state of Indiana, since Indiana was one of the recipients that received the soil waste from East Palestine, from the derailment site. So Pace Analytical put out their report yesterday. I got it sent to me today. It's 240 pages. So what does this mean for the residents of East Palestine? This means that they have found high levels of dioxins and furans in the soil that they removed from the derailment site. So these samples were not taken from East Palestine. They were taken from the waste samples, the soil that was removed from East Palestine. That's important to note. Okay, I have not seen the sampling from the town yet. If there are reports out yet, I haven't seen those, but this one was sent to me this morning. So this is pretty telling, okay, of what exists in your own backyards, okay? So here's a couple of things I would suggest. Or a couple of things that I would hope gets done, first of all, and we need to put pressure on the EPA for this. Individual homes need to be tested for dioxin dust, okay? And dioxin dust is definitely a thing, and it exists from especially derailment sites like this or chemical explosions or fires. It gets in the air, it gets into your homes. They need to test your soil samples in your yard. They need to retest the water and the air sampling. There needs to be better air sampling done. These things need to happen now. You know, they need to happen now. So y'all need to put pressure on EPA. And I'm definitely doing the same on my end. I'm doing the best I can, trying to get things addressed. My main focus this whole time has been the blood testing since I couldn't get it. And that's kind of 99.9% of my focus. But this is screaming to me cover up, because why would they remove a blood dioxin test that was available at LabCorp all these years? All of a sudden, within the same month of this derailment, it gets removed and wiped from their systems. This has been wiped from their computer systems. An inside source, which I cannot name, that works at LabCorp told me that they have wiped it from their systems, that there have been changes in the way that they keep their testing logged. It used to be written logs up until the last few years. Now every test that they have is on a computer. So think about how easy it is for them to go in and take away the test and say that they never had it, because now there's no written log of that test being there for the last 5 years. So it's made it easier for LabCorp to hide that they've ever tested for something. However, anyone that's ever had a LabCorp blood dioxin test can attest to the fact that they did have it. I can attest that they did have it. My doctor's office and the phlebotomist that was going to draw me can attest that they did have it. However, to prove it in paper, as of February, I highly doubt it, considering I don't know anyone that's had it done. And if you do, please get them to record it, because a lot of people are coming and saying that LabCorp never had it, and they did. So it angers me, though, that I have not been able to find a lab across the U.S. that will test for blood dioxins now, and all within this time period. And all along, the EPA and the powers that be knew. They knew dioxins were present in high amounts. Knew it. The Guardian put out an article today showing the newly released data as well, talking about how the EPA is kind of saying, well, it's not that bad. Yeah, it's okay. It's high, but it's not that bad. Meanwhile, former EPA officials and scientists that reviewed the data are saying to The Guardian that it is very concerning. It's concerning, and it is concerning. I've only looked at a few of the pages. There's 240 of them, so I haven't gone through all of this report, but you know, Indiana did this assessment to see what the soil levels were there. Why did it take Ohio so long to do that? Why? Why did it take 5 weeks, 6 weeks for them to finally say, we're going to test on this? It's inexcusable, and it's angering across the board. They also need to start looking at the oil that they allowed to seep into the ground and burn all the chemicals on the side of the tracks. You know, they need to start remediating a lot more than they are, and they need to start taking those samples. So that's a whole other side of this that's not being addressed. But yeah, so here we go, back to the point. Pace Analytical, hired by the state of Indiana to test the waste samples that came out of East Palestine, has conclusively proven that there are high levels of dioxins and furans that were in that soil. So take this report. I put this in my link tree as well. Here's the address for that report, the web address. Write it down. Share this with everyone so that they can see it as well. Get this out there to all of your favorite creators as well. Let's keep this going, pass this around, that this is proof that these dioxins have been there in high quantities since this disaster, and they have done nothing about it until recently. And they've removed a very important blood test for dioxins so that you can't get your baselines tested. Go to eastpalestinejustice.com. Sign up for the next town hall meeting, March 23rd. Let your voices be heard, guys. This is unacceptable.